Did you know that more than 1 in 7 adults in the United States already have chronic kidney disease, and most don't even know it? That's over 37 million people silently walking around with kidney damage and no idea until it's too late. Even scarier, by the time noticeable symptoms appear, your kidneys may already be functioning at less than 20% of their capacity. Studies published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases show that kidney failure often creeps in quietly, with seemingly harmless everyday habits acting like slow poisons over time. And here's the shocking part. Many of these habits are things millions of seniors do every single day without realizing the damage they're causing. Your kidneys are only the size of your fists, but they filter about 50 gallons of blood every single day. They remove waste, balance fluids, and keep your blood pressure and bones healthy. Without them, toxins build up in your system and your body starts shutting down. That's why ignoring the little things that wear them down can be a silent but deadly mistake. Today, we're uncovering 10 everyday habits that are silently destroying your kidneys. You may be guilty of several of these without even knowing it. And trust me, number 1 is the most terrifying of all, because it's a habit nearly everyone does every single day, and it may be the fastest road to kidney failure. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's sabotaging your kidneys and how to protect them before it's too late. Before we dive in, if you care about staying sharp, healthy, and strong as you age, hit that like button and subscribe. And share this with a friend who needs to hear this too. It might change their life. Number 10, skipping water and staying dehydrated. One of the most common yet overlooked habits that harm your kidneys is simply not drinking enough water. Seniors, in particular, tend to drink less water as they age, either because they don't feel as thirsty or because they want to avoid frequent bathroom trips. But this lack of hydration silently strains the kidneys. Think of your kidneys as coffee filters. If you don't pour enough water through a coffee filter, the grounds don't wash away and the filter clogs. The same thing happens in your kidneys. Without enough water, waste products and toxins can't be flushed out properly. Instead, they accumulate, forming crystals that eventually become kidney stones. Studies from the National Kidney Foundation have shown that chronic dehydration is a direct risk factor for both kidney stones and chronic kidney disease. For example, in one study, adults who consistently drank less than 4 cups of water per day had a 30% higher risk of developing kidney damage compared to those who drank adequate amounts. Dehydration also increases the risk of urinary tract infections, which, if untreated, can spread and scar the kidneys permanently. So when you think skipping water is harmless, remember, it's like leaving dirty water in a sink and expecting the pipes not to clog. Over time, your kidneys get overworked, and the silent damage adds up. Number 9. Overusing painkillers. Many people over 50 reach for over-the-counter painkillers like ibuprofen, naproxen, or even aspirin to manage arthritis, backaches, or everyday pains. While these medications can bring quick relief, they also carry a hidden danger for your kidneys. These drugs belong to a class called NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. NSAIDs reduce inflammation by blocking certain enzymes that also happen to protect blood flow in your kidneys. Without proper blood flow, the delicate filtering units inside your kidneys, called nephrons, can be damaged. Imagine shutting off part of the water supply to a filter. It's forced to work harder with less flow, leading to microscopic injuries that accumulate over time. A study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that long-term NSAID use doubled the risk of kidney disease in older adults. Even more alarming, taking high doses for as little as a few days during dehydration or illness can cause sudden kidney injury. That's why doctors often warn against using these drugs daily, especially for seniors with diabetes, hypertension, or existing kidney issues. The problem is, many people don't consider over-the-counter drugs dangerous, but just because you can buy them at the pharmacy doesn't mean they're safe for long-term use. Each pill you casually take may be silently chipping away at your kidney function. Number 8. Eating too much salt. Salt is everywhere, in canned soups, deli meats, fast food, chips, and even bread. But eating too much salt is one of the most dangerous habits for your kidneys. Seniors, in particular, often rely on processed or convenience foods that are loaded with sodium. Here's why it's a problem. Salt makes your body hold onto water, which increases blood volume. More blood volume means higher blood pressure, and high blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure worldwide, right after diabetes. The tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys can't handle the constant pressure, and over time, they scar and weaken. One study in hypertension research showed that people who consumed more than 5 grams of sodium per day, that's just about 2 teaspoons of salt, had a 32% higher risk of kidney damage. The excess sodium also makes your kidneys less efficient at balancing other minerals like potassium, which are essential for heart and muscle function. Think of it like this. If your kidneys are a sponge, salt is like squeezing them harder every day. Eventually, that sponge loses its ability to absorb and filter properly. The kicker? Most seniors don't even realize how much salt they're eating. A single sandwich from a deli can contain more than the recommended daily intake of sodium. So every salty bite may be silently stressing your kidneys more than you think. Number 7. Sitting too much and lack of movement. In today's world, many seniors spend long hours sitting, whether it's in front of the TV, reading, or just resting in a favorite chair. While it may feel harmless, being sedentary for too long is quietly harming your kidneys. You see, physical activity plays a major role in keeping your blood pressure, weight, and blood sugar under control, all of which directly impact kidney health. A study in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that adults who sat for more than 8 hours per day had a 20% greater risk of kidney disease progression compared to those who stayed active. Why? Because sitting slows down circulation and metabolism. When your blood isn't moving efficiently, waste products accumulate, and your kidneys are forced to work harder to clear them. Imagine leaving a pond with no movement. The water grows stagnant and unhealthy. That's exactly what happens inside your body when you don't move enough. Muscles weaken, blood sugar spikes, and weight creeps up, all of which silently load more stress onto your kidneys. The good news is you don't have to run marathons. Even light activities like walking around the house, stretching, or gardening can reduce the burden. The key is breaking up long sitting periods. Every little movement helps your kidneys breathe a little easier. Number 6. Ignoring high blood pressure. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer because it causes no symptoms until it's dangerously advanced. And unfortunately, it's also one of the top reasons people end up with kidney failure. The kidneys are filled with tiny, delicate blood vessels called glomeruli that filter waste. When your blood pressure is too high, these fragile vessels take a pounding every single day. Over time, they scar, narrow, and eventually stop working. According to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, high blood pressure is responsible for nearly 1 in 4 cases of kidney failure in the United States. The scary part is that many people don't even know they have it. By the time kidney damage is detected, years of silent harm have already occurred. Think of it like a garden hose. If you turn the water pressure up too high, the hose eventually weakens, develops cracks, and bursts. That's what uncontrolled blood pressure does to your kidneys' vessels. One study published in Hypertension found that people who controlled their blood pressure to under 130/80 millimeters of mercury reduced their risk of kidney failure by almost 40%. So ignoring high blood pressure is like refusing to fix a leak in your house. Eventually, the damage becomes catastrophic. If this is helpful so far, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more science-backed tips to keep you thriving at any age. And hey, share it with someone you love so they can make smarter choices too. Number 5. Consuming too much sugar. Many seniors think sugar is only a problem for diabetes, but it's also silently destroying your kidneys. High sugar intake, whether from soda, candy, or processed foods, increases your risk of obesity, insulin resistance, and diabetes, all major threats to kidney health. But sugar harms your kidneys even without diabetes. When you consume too much sugar, your body releases a surge of insulin to manage the glucose in your bloodstream. Over time, this causes inflammation and damages the tiny filters in your kidneys. In fact, a study in the journal Kidney International found that people who drank more than 2 sugary beverages a day had a 40% higher risk of protein in the urine, a key marker of kidney damage. Think of your kidneys as sieves. When sugar levels are constantly high, those sieves get clogged and leak proteins that should stay in your blood. This is one of the earliest warning signs of kidney disease. Seniors are especially vulnerable because many packaged foods marketed as healthy still hide large amounts of sugar. Yogurts, cereals, and even fruit juices often contain more sugar than a soda. Every spoonful adds up, quietly exhausting your kidneys like sandpaper wearing down wood over time. Number 4. Smoking and vaping. Most people already know smoking is bad for the lungs and heart, but what many don't realize is that it's also a kidney killer. The chemicals in cigarettes damage blood vessels throughout the body, including those in your kidneys. When those vessels stiffen and narrow, your kidneys can't get enough oxygen-rich blood to function properly. A large-scale study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology showed that smokers were 60% more likely to develop chronic kidney disease compared to non-smokers. Even worse, smoking doubles the rate of kidney function decline in people who already have kidney disease, and vaping is not a safe alternative. The nicotine and chemicals in e-cigarettes still constrict blood vessels, increase blood pressure, and trigger inflammation, all of which damage the kidneys over time. It's like pouring corrosive chemicals down your sink pipes every day. Eventually, they corrode beyond repair. The scary truth is that smoking doesn't just damage kidneys directly, it also worsens diabetes and high blood pressure, which are the two leading causes of kidney failure. So each puff is a double or even triple hit against your kidney health. Number 3. Ignoring diabetes and blood sugar control. Diabetes is the #1 cause of kidney failure worldwide, and it's a condition that becomes more common as people pass the age of 50. The reason diabetes is so destructive to your kidneys is because high blood sugar works like acid, slowly eroding the kidney's delicate filters. Over time, these filters, called nephrons, become scared and leaky, allowing proteins and waste to escape into the urine. The American Diabetes Association reports that nearly 1 in 3 adults with diabetes also has kidney disease. That means millions of seniors are silently losing kidney function every single year just because their blood sugar isn't under tight control. The scary part: you might feel completely fine while this damage is happening, because the kidneys don't send pain signals when they're under stress. Think of it like rust on metal. At first, it's invisible, but slowly it eats away until the structure crumbles. That's what sugar does to your kidneys. In fact, studies show that keeping your HbA1c levels, a measure of long-term blood sugar, below 7% can cut the risk of kidney failure by nearly 50%. Yet many people don't monitor or manage their levels as strictly as they should. This is why ignoring diabetes is one of the most destructive kidney habits of all. Every sugary snack, every missed medication, every skipped doctor visit, it all adds up to silent damage that only becomes obvious when it's too late. Number 2. Holding in urine too often. This may sound surprising, but one of the everyday habits that silently destroys your kidneys is simply holding in your urine for too long. Seniors sometimes do this because getting up at night is inconvenient or because they're busy and don't want to interrupt an activity. But ignoring your body's signals can have dangerous consequences. When you hold urine, it sits in the bladder longer than it should, giving bacteria the perfect chance to grow. This increases the risk of urinary tract infections. If these infections spread upward to the kidneys, they can cause permanent scarring. Over time, repeated infections damage kidney tissue, lowering function little by little. Doctors also warn that holding urine puts extra pressure on the bladder and urinary tract, making it harder for the kidneys to empty fully. Incomplete emptying allows toxins and minerals to accumulate, which can lead to stones and infections. A study in the Journal of Urology found that people who frequently delayed urination had significantly higher rates of kidney-related infections. Think of your bladder as a sink. If you never drain it, bacteria have time to multiply and sludge starts forming. That sludge eventually backs up into the pipes, your kidneys, causing long-term harm. So while holding it in may feel harmless, it's a silent habit that chips away at kidney health over time. Number 1. Excessive processed food consumption. And now we arrive at the #1 habit, the most dangerous and widespread of them all. The habit that silently destroys kidneys more than any other is the constant consumption of processed and ultra-processed foods. These foods, fast food burgers, packaged snacks, frozen dinners, sugary drinks, instant noodles, are loaded with hidden dangers. Excess sodium, unhealthy fats, preservatives, and phosphorus additives. All of these create a deadly cocktail for your kidneys. Sodium raises blood pressure, sugar spikes insulin, unhealthy fats trigger inflammation, and phosphorus overloads the kidney's filtering ability. A study published in BMJ in 2019 followed over 100,000 people and found that those who ate the most ultra-processed foods had a 64% higher risk of chronic kidney disease compared to those who ate the least. Why? Because these foods flood your kidneys with substances they were never designed to handle in such high amounts. It's like pouring sand, oil, and bleach into an engine at the same time. It eventually breaks down. For seniors, this is especially dangerous. Many rely on packaged meals for convenience, but don't realize they're consuming nearly triple the safe levels of sodium and phosphorus. Over time, this causes high blood pressure, calcification in blood vessels, and accelerated kidney scarring. What makes this habit number one is that it's not just one nutrient, one pill, or one behavior. It's a whole diet pattern silently wrecking your kidneys day by day. Every microwaved dinner, every salty snack, every sweet soda, it's like hitting your kidneys with a hammer little by little until they finally give out. So there you have it, 10 everyday habits that are silently destroying your kidneys. From skipping water and overusing painkillers to smoking, ignoring blood pressure, and eating too much processed food. Each one may seem small on its own, but together they create a storm that can lead to kidney failure. The frightening truth is that kidney disease often gives no warning until it's advanced, but the hopeful truth is that you have the power to stop the damage now. By staying hydrated, eating fresh whole foods, keeping blood pressure and sugar under control, avoiding unnecessary medications, and quitting smoking, you can protect your kidneys and extend their life for years, even decades. Remember, your kidneys don't ask for much, but they give you everything. They filter your blood, keep your body balanced, and protect your health every single day. Don't let these silent killers take that away from you. And here's the final takeaway. If you're over 50, every healthy choice you make is like giving your kidneys a shield. Protect them now, and they'll protect you for the rest of your life. If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. You never know. It could be the nudge someone else needs to take control of their health today. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these kidney-damaging habits surprised you the most? Or do you have your own tips or lifestyle changes that have helped you protect your kidneys? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.